that?
Oh, this? Can't you tell? It's as hot as the sun in here.
Nice simile.
Simile?
You know, it's kind of like a metaphor. Here, let me show you.
Metaphors and similes are two very similar ways that we can compare things together. For starters, a metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. The things being compared are often unrelated, but do share some common characteristics. An example of a metaphor is, he was the black sheep of the family. By comparing a man to a black sheep, you can come to the conclusion that he, like a black sheep, is an outcast, him and his family, just as the sheep is in his flock. Now, a simile is slightly different from a metaphor. A simile is a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vivid. The two things that are compared in similes are often much different from each other, which helps when you want to compare two very different things. An example of a simile is, the water well was as dry as a bone. Now, wells and bones aren't similar at all, but when you speak of the bone being dry, it tells us that the well is just as dry too. Let's see if you can tell the difference between some more examples. Metaphor or simile. He is as cunning as a fox. Since that uses as, that's a simile. The assignment was a breeze. The assignment is a direct comparison to the breeze, so that's a metaphor. Her voice is music to his ears. Direct comparison, metaphor. Our soldiers are as brave as lions. Uses as is a simile. Now let's check out a video that explains how a reader understands metaphors and similes better.
Imagine a man who is noble and dignified. What might you compare him with? What about a lion? There are two ways to express this comparison. How are these two sentences different? The first sentence compares the man to a lion clearly by using the words like or as. In contrast, when we say, the man is a lion, we actually are turning the man into a lion. The first sentence is a simile. In a simile, the reader mentally compares the two different things. The second sentence is a metaphor. In a metaphor, the reader feels the comparison between the two different things.
Oh wow, I had no idea there are so many ways to compare things together.
And they're all just as fun.
It's a hot day in northern Arizona.